Welcome to the podcast.
It's like, I've never been so desperate to come. I'm like, I'm gonna pull over now.
It's like squeaking, like chewing on a tire. No penises for me.
I just, real quick, I want to get out of the way that I watched Evil Dead Rise last night.
And
I fucking loved it.
yes,
I knew you would. I mean, there's always got to be a contrary one in this trio, I guess.
no, we all loved it.
Yes, I was.
Okay.
Yes,
I gotcha. Pick it up. And how are your thoughts on Danny, that stupid little bitch?
Well, he's an idiot, obviously.
Yeah.
But, I mean, the end was
Oh, it was
perfection.
awesome, dude. Yeah, it was, dude. It was fucking
so
so
fucking
cool.
good.
Without ruining, don't want to spoil that, but like, yeah, the beginning and the end, so to speak, were fucking amazing.
I wish Blizzard would throw Stephanie in the Diablo hole.
Stephanie.
Ancestral unique staff.
Oh man, I got my first fucking unique legendary tonight.
Nice.
It's either unique or legendary, isn't it?
What's that?
It's either unique or a legendary, I think.
Oh well, I'm pretty sure it's unique.
No, it's sacred unique.
Yeah, it's sacred
or ancestral unique.
Oh, come on, idiot! Just like the AT-AT.
Yeah. Well, you know about
Just
Star
like
Wars.
the AT-AT.
I called him out. He showed like this video about Zelda, the new one, which looks amazing. I haven't played it yet. And they're like, people are showing their builds of what they're like building, and one of them was an ATST. And Greg sent it in chat, and it's like, hey, just check out the AT-AT, and I called him out on it.
That happens.
It's the AT-ST. AT-AT sounds way cooler than AT-ST.
Well,
It sounds like
there's more firepower, and they're harder to bring down unless you have a little fucking pod racer with a grappling hook.
Yeah, that's an AT-ST, but you ever seen an AT-AT? Those things you can't take down.
I just described how you take an AT-AT down.
That's an AT-ST.
No, they have 4 legs, and you wrap a grappling hook around them, and you fly your little thing around them and pull them down.
An AT-AT has knives on its legs, so you can't wrap it.
Well, that obviously happened after the Battle of Hoth.
Totally, 100%. They
Yeah,
came back.
obviously, that was a retro, or not a retrograde,
It
but
was an upgrade.
yes.
Back to the drawing board, boys.
They found a unique sacred.
Sacred knives.
Yeah.
The official nerdiest conversation we've ever had on this podcast.
Glavin!
These
No,
new AT-ATs have infinity knives.
Oh my god.
I have a power shirt. I don't know, you guys. I don't know if you have a power shirt, but I have a power shirt.
A shirt?
Yeah, shirt. A power
Does
shirt.
it say I lick ass?
It imbues you with power and confidence.
It does. I was at Target, okay, and I never find.
Is it red? Is it red?
No, I never find fat guy clothes at Target, okay? So I just meandered over to the t-shirts, and I'm looking, I see this dope Kirby shirt, all right? And I was like, oh, fuck, but it's Target.
This Kirby with a gun, right?
Like the marshmallow guy that eats everything?
Yeah, dude, it's the dopest fucking shirt. And I was like, and they, lo and behold, they had a double XL. I was like, oh, baby, here we go. And I bought it. And everywhere I go, people are like, dope shirt, man. But I finally got like the...
What's a power shirt, man?
Hold on. Is a double XL just... What? That's 2X, not 3, right?
Yeah.
It's 2X. Yeah.
Sorry. Hang on.
So 3XL would be 3XL.
Right, I'm sorry. I had a moment.
Yeah, well, you're like, you get that, you're in the medium build, large build. Like, you're large if you just want to, like, want to.
Oh, yeah, if I want things to not look good on me.
Yeah, exactly. You're like small, medium build with a tight bod. You're definitely the bod of the podcast, for sure. It kind of goes up in a way, actually, Seamus, Greg, Dad bod.
I mean, my name should have been Todd the Bod, but I never really liked the name Todd until now.
So I finally got the granddaddy of all compliments, though, because we're in the car the other day. And all of a sudden, there's like a 16-wheeler next to us. I hear, "Hey, dope fucking Kirby shirt, man!" And he starts drumming on his steering wheel and drives away. It was fucking. I was like, whoa.
See, this is proof that those truckers are going to see you beating off if you're doing that in your vehicles.
Greg.
What?
Mr. Beat Off on company time.
It's like you're almost reading my mind. No, not on this time, but like definitely in Boston before, for sure.
How with those roads? I mean, how do you not crash?
Let's just say you can park.
Oh yeah, is this where you go to where all the guys hang out? The
Totally,
truck stops.
Totally.
I guess what I'm not getting is like
The TA truck stops.
you're a bachelor.
TNA.
You're a bachelor as far as I know,
Oh,
and you have your own house. And you're like, I've never been so desperate to come. I'm like, I'm gonna pull over now.
dude, you're coming all the time. I just can't stop coming. I'm like that guy who's got that disease.
Sounds like one of those Brazzers videos where like your mom could take care of this for you.
Dude, so we played this killer show at Peddler's Daughter in Nashua, and I saw this girl like she was into me the whole time. I was like, oh man. Turns out she's from South Berwick. This girl, she's divorced. She's very cute. She comes up to me after the bar and sits like right next to me, like almost like on me, kind of like almost like just like touching my leg a little bit, and like, you know, she's like, we should be friends. I was like, oh, okay. Can I grab your number? She's like, oh, totally. I'm like not being a creep or not being creepy or anything. So I text her, Greg, my name right there. And she's like, oh, yeah, Greg, hey, blah, blah. The next day I like text her. I was like, hey, it's good to meet you, blah, blah, blah. Grab a coffee or a drink or whatever. Blocked. She blocked me.
She woke up with second thoughts.
I know, but I didn't do anything.
I don't think it has anything to do with you, to be honest.
Yeah, her friend is probably like, yeah, he was fucking in the band Follically Challenged. He's fucking bald.
I think it's more like, wow, I was hammered last night. I don't really know this dude. I hardly remember this dude. And I just want to not remember that night. Sounds it. So, Ryan, different subject. I think you may have to start drinking energy drinks again.
Why?
I was reading this study, this news article. They performed a study on mice and some other unfortunate creatures. It was like a 2 or 3 year study, and anyways, they think taurine, one of the big components in energy drinks, not only gives you energy to get through the day, but it may be a key ingredient to maintaining your youthful vitality.
Oh, my dick's great anyway.
Who the fuck wrote this article? Red Bull? This Red Bull scientist that gave me so much fucking sugar and energy drinks, and people are like dying and shit from them.
Red Bull.
People do sugar free, and we don't know that aspartame or whatever the heck
aspartame.
Oh yeah, however it's pronounced isn't
all kinds of health complications with that shit. And Red Bull gives you wings, not erections.
Well, that's unfortunate because they would probably sell a lot more.
Red Bull gives you wings to heaven, or maybe to hell, depending.
So who knows? I mean, how many times have you read conflicting studies about coffee?
Love coffee,
dude. There's conflicting studies about everything. I mean, it's like fucking.
But mice don't lie, man.
Yeah, it's true.
If the mice don't die, the mice ain't lying. They said that these mice lived long.
Is that like if the glove don't fit, you must have quit?
These mice lived longer than their counterparts who didn't get the energy drinks.
Holy shit. What am I doing with my life?
Fun. Now I'm going to die now, and I'm going to fucking sue you and Eat That Crust podcast.
Imagine having, like, a career, it's probably, like, 6 figures or more, and, like, just torturing mice and getting them all kinds. Now I'm going to give this mice the pill that gives worms to ex-girlfriends.
All right. Anything else you guys want to talk about?
Yeah, I want to talk about my semi-pro football career. It's pretty good. Remember that time I talked about the dick I saw?
Can we save that for stuffed crust?
Yeah. I saw that dick in the locker room and that guy cried. Remember? He was like fucking Joe Hugo Bowen respect.
First of all, just having someone in an everyday occurrence seeing your dick is humiliating, but crying when your dick is like just like bouncing up and down with your weeping, like
yeah.
And it's not a boner, clearly. It's just a little fucking shriveled, weeping dick.
Yeah, it's Hugo Bowen, bro. It's like, if you're going to cry, put your dick away. Hugo bowling, I go fishing. That's what we used to say to him, like, Hugo bowling, I go fishing. I think that's like from the 50s or something like that. That's old saying. Anyway.
What up, everybody? Welcome to You Gonna Eat That Crust podcast. I'm your host with the most on the ones and twos, a.k.a. Shed Dancing, a.k.a. Ryan Wilson. And with me tonight, my co-host, my co-homie, Seamus Rogers. Seamus, what's cracking?
Not much, baby. How's it going?
So good. Also with me tonight, the sweatpants overlord, follically challenged himself, Greg Hoey. Greg, how's things?
Good. My hair is gray, but it's growing.
It's fantastic.
But it only grows in strategic places.
It is missing some spots in the back, and every time I go to the grocery store, I'm reminded.
Where's the rest of it? It's displaced.
You're just a bad performance away from becoming Krusty the Clown.
Nice. I wish my hair could go like
You
that.
could do that. I mean, if you bring back the fro, it's going to grow that way.
I really want like the villainous mustache. I would love to have the wax so it would like kind of like almost
Like a dolly?
like Jim Carrey and fucking
Sonic the Hedgehog?
Yes. Like not like twist, not like fucking, like forked up like that, just like straight line. I think it'd be cool as hell.
I'm having a real hard time with the ironic mustache community right now.
Well, you don't understand it.
I do understand it. And nobody likes it.
No, they love it.
What is hip?
Dude,
Stir.
You know who can have a mustache is my neighbor Mark, okay, who drives tractors and owned his own construction company. That's mustache status. My stepdad, he can have a mustache. He fixes all his own shit. He worked up on his roof and fixed his own roof, put in new steps and shit. He can have a mustache. 115-pound dude in Hawaiian shirt drinking sours. Stop it.
Says who? What are you, the mustache police?
All right, speaking of things that are bad, like hipster guys with mustaches, Seamus, what is tonight's episode about?
Sometimes you get the munchies and just want to snack. However, we're not talking about our very own Greg's cupcake indulgence. We're talking about the cravings for flesh. There are potentially 3 types of people in this world. Those that choose to eat the flesh of another human being, whether it's out of self-preservation or some perverted whim. Those that will refuse, even upon death. And then there are the poor individuals that were unknowingly fed human remains.
Ooh.
We've all heard the harrowing story of the poor survivors of the Uruguayan Flight 571 full of rugby players and staff that had to consume their friends and colleagues to stay alive. Personally, I can't imagine feeling sick to the stomach with the thought of eating another person, especially someone known to you, that was until recently amongst the living. This, balanced against the will and drive to survive, and the shame of having to come home and tell your story. Tonight, we have some fascinating yet tragic tales of the like. And as the renowned folks from the Last Podcast Network would say, and that's when the cannibalism started.
Oh, shit.
Can I go first?
He said it.
He did. Seamus said it. Okay, go ahead.
I want to say something right off the top. So I downloaded Chat GPT a couple weeks ago to help me write a business plan, all right?
Mm-hmm.
But I thought I could also use it to maybe research this episode. I want to say Chat GPT bitched out on any cannibalism-related stories. It just says, cannibalism is a taboo subject. I cannot help you with this inquiry. I'm like,
oh, shit.
What? You can't tell me anything?
Did you ask it like other, like,
I tried all the
work statements, see if it like avoids all that?
I tried all the workarounds I could think of, but nothing. It wouldn't give me shit. It just kept saying,
other topics that would be taboo.
No, I don't just go typing a bunch of creepy shit into my phone with a fucking Android watching me.
Chicken! What?
Okay.
Last thing we need is Orion is awful.
So, real quick, I just want to talk about like some of the research I did for this. I read in different stars the Donner Party book, and about a couple weeks ago, I abducted a family, and I've been eating them to do the research and get into it, and like we delayed the episode like one more week, so I was like, fuck it, I'll just eat the kid too as well. But like the research I've done for this episode, like I'm eating people, and like I'm kind of into it now.
I think the listeners will appreciate, how deep you went into this.
Totally. Like I just went to the Riviera Motel in Barrington and scooped up a couple people. Like I knew
You had some naked kids running around,
Yep.
so you had to decide to eat them.
Yep.
I mean, after you made them do chores, correct?
Well, one of them I made get me some armor and Zelda. I said, "You give me some armor and Zelda. Just here, take these pills. You play some Diablo, level me up a little bit, and then I got the hot plate going, but it's actually like, dude, the air fryer can do so many fucking things, so many things.
And I only say naked children because I saw like this painting of the depiction of the Donner Party, and it was just a bunch of naked kids running around with like adults that had clothes on. Like you think they were like trapped in the snow, right?
Most of the time.
You think you would give your kids some clothes and and go without yourself?
Kids like to run around and play. They naturally generate more body heat. We're gonna need the clothes for us.
Well, their clothes eventually kind of slothed off, like because it was just from like the weather.
Because they were thinning because of
the weather and the
hungry?
wear and tear, and they didn't have fucking much and shit. And like, I mean, they were like boiling.
I mean, I guess
and shit.
I can see your point because, I mean, your kid's gonna go out and ruin his jeans probably that first day. I mean, so these kids probably destroyed their clothes playing until they had no energy left to play, and they just gnawed on bones.
Well, let's talk about it real quick.
Wait, this is why like GPS is so important though, because I wouldn't have stopped to ask for directions either.
Yeah.
Well, that's because you're such a man.
But I mean, they did ask for directions. That's the tragic with the Donner Party in 1846, 1847.
Yeah, they listened to some drunkard on the trail.
Well, no, yeah. So they were snowbound in the Sierra Nevada. They were from Springfield, Illinois. Like many pioneer families.
All right, slow down. Tell the story.
Said, okay.
Get into it.
So, snowbound in the Sierra Nevada. They're from Springfield, Illinois. And many pioneer families, they attempted to make the journey west. This dude, Lansing Hastings, he wrote this book called The Immigrant's Guide to Oregon and California. And like he talked about the Hastings Cutoff, which is like it bypasses established trails and it crosses over the Rocky Mountains, Wasatch Range, and the Great Salt Lakes of Utah.
Right, it was supposed to be a shortcut, right?
It was supposed to be a shortcut, but it ended up being like a couple hundred miles more. And like if you didn't leave by May 1st, you were fucked. Because like the snow was going to come, and these people left 3 weeks after May 1st, probably around May 17th or 18th. I can't do math. I don't know. But anyway, so 87 members went, and like only 48 survived. I mean, obviously, they eventually fucking cannibalized people, but they were getting attacked by Native Americans. They were fucking like, dude, one of the kids was on a fucking horse, and like a possum jumped out on him, and he fucking fell off his horse, and they got a compound fracture. And so they were gonna they had this old dude from they talked about this on the last podcast too, but I just got past this part in the book. They had this old like mount dude come up with a fucking knife, and when the kid like saw the knife, he got like all freaked out. So the parents like didn't do it, and like the old man was disappointed that he couldn't like show off his knife skills and cut the kid's leg off. So they paid him, and he was like, "I'll just go back to my old cabin." But yeah, so they ended up cannibalizing each other and fucking
drumstick.
There was like fucking cannibal fucking pits and shit. And like 7-year-old girls were like, "Yeah, we should eat them." Like, I don't know, dude. It's a fucked up story.
It's very sad.
Under and Different Stars is a really good book, but it's extremely slow. Like it's fucking like I feel like I'm reading the Oregon Trail, but it's like very interesting. Just how they lived back in the fucking day. It's crazy.
I don't know. The Oregon Trail escalates quickly. I feel like I got dysentery within like 5 minutes.
Oh, dude, there was a road rage incident in like Reed, like the Donner. It's like called like the Donner Reed party, but that dude Reed like just stabbed some dude in the chest just because he like bonked him on the head with a whip, and they exiled him.
Yeah, but it's like, but back then it's like you knock someone's hat off they liable to kill you. I mean, that's like spitting in your face, and that things escalated more back then. And there was lawlessness.
Oh,
So
totally.
don't hit me in the head with your whip hilt.
Well, it's so funny because they
Pummel.
ended up
Your whip pummel.
They ended up fucking like because he killed the dude, so they fucking sent him off. They like banished him and shit. And his daughter like ended up giving him a horse and a gun and some crackers. he ended up surviving, going to fight a war, then coming back and like meeting up with his family later. It's fucking crazy.
It's all you need is a horse, some crackers,
and a gun,
and you're good. That's all I need. You know.
Right.
But
you don't need some guy bringing you along a shady shortcut.
yeah, and that's the thing too. Like they wrote a letter saying like don't take this shortcut, but the guys who had the letter were fucking selling pelts like fucking at the trail head right there. So they're like, fuck, if we don't do this, we're gonna lose all our pelt business and it's gonna go out of fucking business. So they just fucking sent the people in. They're like, yeah, don't go to Oregon, go to California. Go this way, go this way. It's all for money, baby. It's all for money.
Sad.
Yeah, sad.
And they ate each other, and fucking Louis Kesselberg was like one of the fucking main like villains. Like he like broke his like foot, and he was like kind of a weasel, always like riding in the wagon and shit. And like they found him at the end, like where the corpse pits and shit, and there was like a fucking baby like fucking tacked to the wall.
Yeah, he looked like that chicken Slither.
Oh, dude,
I'm so hungry.
Oh my god, baby, goddamn.
Hey, I'm reading here. I wish I could just read my news on the go, you know, like a normal person. What if I told you you could? Newsly's an all-in-one audio super app for iOS and Android. It picks up the most trending articles on the web on topics you choose at any given moment and reads them to you in a natural, human voice. For the first time ever, the web becomes available all in one place. You can follow any topic, as specific as you like, from sports, tech, business, science, Bitcoin, or even the Kardashians. It will find you the latest articles and read them aloud to you. And they have podcasts as well. Explore trending podcasts from 80 countries. You can hear us there, and the Sinister Story is there too. I even started using it as my default podcast app. They even have digital radio, so download and use Newsly for free now from www.newsly.me or from the link in the description, and use the promo code CRUST for a 1-month free premium subscription. So start playing, stop scrolling, and start listening.
I'm going to talk about the Colorado cannibal.
Heyo.
Alfred Packer, a prospector and wilderness guide who led 5 men to the San Juan Mountains of Colorado in February 1874 in search of gold. Months later, he returned alone. At first, Packer claimed that his party got lost during a snowstorm, but this was clearly a lie, as Packer was carrying the belongings of multiple men. When questioned further, Packer changed his story. His party had perished along the trail, and they had been forced one by one into cannibalism. When hikers traveled along the path, Packer's story unraveled. All 5 bodies were discovered near the same camp. Confronted a third time, Packer claimed that one of the travelers, Shannon Bell, had gone mad and killed the other men with a hatchet.
Wait,
Packer
Shannon
shot
Bell? Isn't that that hot chick from what was that Navy show? No, it's Catherine Bell. Never
Are you
mind.
thinking Jag?
No, I'm thinking of Catherine Bell.
No, but you think of the show Jag?
Yes, Jag.
Nice. Right. That
So-
one Jag reference out of the way. Woo!
Packer shot Bell in self-defense. He then consumed their flesh for survival. It's unclear which of the version of events is true. A jury convicted Packer of manslaughter. Today, the pass where the men died is called the Cannibal Plateau.
Yeah, he's like considered like one of the OGs. So I was like reading about him as well.
What was his name?
Alfred Packer.
OG Cannibal.
Gotcha.
Right up there with whoever wrote the Necronomicon, another OG cannibal.
Well, what about the person who put it on disc or put it on fucking vinyl?
Well, you can get it all on Spotify now anyway. So
Well, why? How did it get on vinyl? Like, actually, I guess that they showed that. Forget it. Edit that. Edit that.
Not doing that.
I'm
All
gonna
right,
find-
Seamus.
All right, so I want to talk about the French frigate Medusa. In 1816, around 100 kilometers off the coast of Mauritania, the crew numbered around 400, but there was only space for 250 people in the lifeboats. The remaining men and one woman attempted the journey to the African coast via a large raft. Initially, the lifeboat towed the raft, but after only a few miles, someone made the fateful decision to cut the ropes, and the raft was then set adrift.
Jesus.
Rations on the raft were meager. The only food was a bag of biscuits, which was consumed on the first day. The only cask of water was knocked overboard during a scuffle, and all that remained to drink were 6 casks of wine. Chaos broke out on the first day, and fighting erupted between various groups on the raft. By the end of the first day, 20 people had been thrown overboard or had committed suicide.
Jesus.
Stormy weather threatened, and waves rolled over the sides of the raft, dragging hapless victims to their doom. Others were killed in fighting while trying to get to the center. By the 4th day, only 67 crew members remained out of 250. Parched, starving. I don't even know what the size of this raft was. It must have been like a football field size raft. So, parched, starving, and driven to madness, the survivors resorted to cannibalism, murdering and butchering their comrades. On the 8th day, the strongest of the survivors threw the weakest into the sea, leaving only 15 men left on the raft. They survived for another 4 days before being accidentally found by a brig called the Argus. Out of 250, 15 men made it. I don't think that woman had a chance. With 200, talk about disrespectful gang banging on the raft, but
Jesus, yeah.
I'm sure she was the first one eaten.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
That was written by Greg Beyer, December 30th, 2022. Thank you for that historical story.
All right, Greg, what you got?
I want to talk about the Essex, which is a story that inspired the Moby Dicks. All of the Moby Dicks. In 1820, a sperm whale sunk a whale boat and forced 21 crew to fight for land. And in this whole process, 7 crew members were cannibalized. The last 8 eventually were rescued. And first mate Owen Chase and cabin boy Chris Elliott.
That he didn't
just kidding
out a strong hand.
Yeah, exactly. Cabin boy Thomas Nickerson. I'm pretty sure Thomas Nickerson was the little fucking shit who ate some motherfuckers in there, and it was a little shit, but because he totally faked his story, and then these two eventually wrote stories to kind of tell the tale that eventually led to Moby fucking Dicks.
Yeah, I mean, that's a sad tale, especially since all they had to do was go to that first island they came across, but they were afraid of cannibals.
Well, that's funny. No, but those two 2 or 3 dudes got dropped off at that island, and they were living their fucking life up there and shit.
That wasn't the first island. No, they came. I don't remember what island it was, but they had heard tales of cannibalism, so they decided to detour. And then finally, the 3 guys had had enough. But didn't those 3 guys die? They found their skeletons.
No,
no, those are survivors, right?
Yeah. Yeah, a couple of the guys were on the island surviving and shit. But
I mean, the third raft, they had to draw straws. I mean, to see who was going to die so that the others could survive. And that guy had to eat his cousin, didn't he?
Oh yeah,
he was trying to rig it in his favor, but
yes, that's right. Yeah, and
didn't they make a movie on this with Chris Hemsworth and Cillian Murphy?
Yeah, I was talking to your brother about that. I wanted to see it.
I haven't seen it.
After I listened to the podcast, I'm like, oh shit. I'm pretty sure they touch lightly on the cannibalism, but not they don't get into it.
Of course, Cillian Murphy's going to be a dour tale like that.
It's Cillian Murphy.
Is it? I think it's Cillian.
It's Cillian.
I've heard it every different way, so it doesn't matter.
It's Cillian. I'm right. I played semi-pro football.
All right, I'm going to talk about Detlev Guenzel. Former German police officer Detlev Guenzel reportedly never denied killing and eating the penis of Polish-born Wojciech Stampenweiss, a man he allegedly met online Instead, Gwenzel allegedly said he did precisely what Steipenweitz asked him to do. Authorities claim Gwenzel and Stempenweiss met on a cannibal fetish website,
Oh, I
calling
heard.
itself the #1 website for exotic meat.
Wait, asking for a friend? What is this website?
It's the #1. Gwenzel allegedly said he told Stempenweitz he'd always wanted to kill and eat a man, and it reportedly said Stempenweitz told him in turn he'd always wanted to be killed and eaten.
I could just eat a man.
What a coincidence. From there, Gwenzel allegedly said they made one another's fantasies come true in the ex-cop's BDSM dungeon. Police said Gwenzel videotaped himself dismembering Stempenweitz's body. Gwenzel is serving a life sentence. He can reportedly apply for parole after 15 years.
Yeah, but these are the two dudes where he fucking tried to eat his penis.
Yeah,
They-
I wanted him to.
I did.
Yeah, no,
He answer like a letter or a ad or something.
Talked about this one on last podcast on the cannibalism episode, but yeah, he forced him to eat. Well, he was into it, I guess. Like he tried to eat his own.
He ate it
penis.
too.
It was too rubbery and it's all like cartilage or whatever.
I imagine eating a penis is like shark bites or something, or it's just ew.
Oh, I've never chewed on
Or calamari. I think of like calamari. It's like squeaking, like chewing on a tire. No penises for me.
Well, what's his name? That dude, Andrew Kirilenko, was it? That Russian killer dude? He was like eating girls' vaginas, dude. He was like biting vaginas off raw.
I mean, more my palate.
I mean, sure, yeah.
All right. Well, I'm going to talk about Nikolai Dumagalev. He was a Kazakh serial killer. He confessed to the murder of 10 people, though authorities assume there were most likely a lot more victims.
This is the guy from Kazakhstan, right?
Yes. He claimed he wanted to rid the world of prostitutes and would attack women, drink their blood, then eat their remains. While drunk, he shot a coworker and was apprehended only to escape from custody twice. The second time, he was on the run for 3 years. He was eventually apprehended and committed to a mental institution. The cannibal's doctors claimed he was cured in 2005. However, just before Christmas 2015, he supposedly escaped the facility again. And officials refused to confirm whether or not he is indeed at the mental facility or if he even arrived in the first place.
Cannibal on the run. Cannibal on the run.
He sounds like a fine young cannibal.
I'm giving very serious thought to eating your wife. Hannibal Lecter quote there.
I got that. And then he did that.
Yes. I didn't remember.
Ray
that part.
Liotta.
Otherwise, I would have quoted that.
With the brain. Or Marlon Wayne's the Scary Movie one. And who's eating his brain? Chris Elliott.
Hey!
It all circles back. With his strong hand, mind you.
Speaking of circling back, Greg, I believe that brings us back to you.
At what? I want to talk about the Uruguay crash, and this is the Alive book that most of us read in high school. I think
Nando,
yes,
Nando Parando.
And it's a great movie. I love the movie. From Uruguay to Santiago, Chile, they crashed in the Andes Mountains, October 13th, 1972. 45 crew and passengers, including 19 members of Old Christian Club Rugby Union, along with family and friends. 3 crew members and 9 passengers died immediately, and of course, several more died soon.
At least they were laid to rest in the freezer.
Right? Yeah. I mean, well, some of them did. Some got fucking laid to rest in the teaser. That's what I call my stomach.
I'm talking about they were waiting, they were, never mind, it's morbid. Their flesh was basically in the snow,
Chilling off.
preserved for waiting for the survivors to finally be desperate enough.
Yeah. So they were out there for 72 days. Obviously, they started Nando actually had the idea to say, like, I'm going to eat the fucking the flesh from the pilot, because he got us into this, because they needed the strength to get out of the mountains. So 72 days later, Nando Parado, a.k.a. Ethan fucking Hawke, and Robert Canessa, a.k.a. Josh Hamilton, two Americans playing it, killing it, back, So they climbed 4,650 meters up the mountain without gear for 10 days. And on December 23rd, 72, the last 16 survivors were rescued. And that dude with the little shoe held the shoe up. Said, no! And the shoe. I don't know if the shoe thing happened or not. I forgot.
So this is a book that I had to read for high school.
Alive?
And the more I think about it, like every fucking book they have you read in high school is just, here's a sad book. Now read it and tell us what you think. Like, this is a book about a kid with a wagon. His dad beats him. The kid gets away with the wagon, but it's really an allegory that he died. This is Flowers for Algernon. A guy becomes smart because of a mouse. The mouse dies. All the books were sad.
They were. I mean, even the one about burning books.
Yeah, right? Where's my uplifting tale, high school teachers? I also had to read Lord of the Flies, too.
Yeah, that book was the shit, too. And I totally forgot about that for cannibalism.
Here's another book with a bunch of kids surviving. They kill the fat kid.
The Grapes of Wrath. I mean, there was just, they're all calamities.
Of Mice and Men.
Yeah. Fuck. Now I'm sad because of the sad books I read in high school.
Well, hold on a second. Let me just say that at least all those depressing books are probably, letting us know about adult life. You're going to be reading all these depressing books to say, like, life is fucking tough.
Do kids take that to heart? No, they don't give a shit.
Of course they don't. No, dude. I wish I would have listened to my parents when I was younger about shit, like about the way I took care of myself or everything. And you say that to people too, like, hey, you shouldn't do this or you shouldn't do that. And they don't fucking listen because you need to find out for yourself.
Well, maybe you shouldn't. Not everybody has wholesome parents. So not all parents are worth listening to.
Are you calling my parents wholesome?
I am.
Woo!
I am. You are blessed. You're blessed with loving, supportive parents.
I am. I gotta say that I was. I'm definitely lucky in that aspect. And maybe I probably took it for granted growing up because I didn't realize.
Can we get a shout out to the patriarch and matriarch of the Hoeys?
You Can Eat That Crust podcast, brought to you by Greg and Linda Hoey. They made
Fuck you and your happy family.
Hey, I'm depressed too. All right.
Everybody is. Yeah. I mean, in their own ways. I mean, what are you going to do?
Yeah, life is tough.
Not kill yourself, because that's not the solution.
Well,
Oblivion's no better than here on the world.
It's not better than Skyrim either.
Unless I was going to make that joke. Unless it's like some kind of reincarnation, and then I'm cool with that. Like, let me be a dog. Nah, actually, fuck that. They live wicked short lives. Let me be like a 10-year-old. And then I'm going to turn into something amazing. Maybe a semi-pro football player. I don't know. No,
let me come back as a hot lesbian, I guess.
Get it.
As long as we don't end up podcasters, we'll be okay.
Ooh, yeah.
A hot lesbian with a podcast. There you go.
I'm going to go back in time and find you guys at 10 years old, and we're going to start this shit off.
Imagine how experienced we'd be at this point.
We're gonna start playing like that kid who plays with the toys, like Ryan's toys or whatever. All those fucking kids watch fucking that kid play with toys.
I wonder how his parents squander his money.
Would be like Ryan's toys. They're probably doing heroin, Who knows?
Probably.
All right, I got to list something a little more lighthearted here, fellas. Roadside barbecue stand proprietor and convicted serial killer Joseph Metheny allegedly came by his nickname the Cannibal after he allegedly told police he killed at least 3 women, ate pieces of their bodies, and mixed portions of the remains with hamburger meat he sold to customers. While on trial, Metheny reportedly said, I cut the meat up and put in some Tupperware bowls and then put it in the freezer. I opened a little beef pit stand. I had real roast beef and pork sandwiches. They were real good. The human body taste was very similar to pork. If you mix it together, no one could tell the difference.
I love pork.
That's what I'm saying here. We are wasting valuable resources burying people.
I mean,
yeah, we're wasting real estate for sure.
I wrote that last part and forgot to separate
nice.
it.
Well, that's like Sweeney Todd almost, kind of, where they're fucking,
But could you imagine? Like I said, obviously you feel sick to the stomach about the thought of it. But you imagine being so hungry that you smell like cooking flesh, and you're just like, "Oh, that smells so good."
I don't have to imagine it because I've seen Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, that's what they said at the Donner Party. They said their hunger pains went away, but when they smelt the meat cooking, they fucking got ravenous for it. They were like, "Yeah, me," and then they starred in the movie Ravenous.
All right, I want to talk about Armin Maiwus, known as the Master Butcher. German Armin Maiwus's famous cannibalism was wrought on a voluntary victim. Oh, is this the one? Oh, shit, this is the one. So, Maiwus posted on a website called The Cannibal Cafe for people with cannibalistic fetishes that he was looking for a well-built 18 to 30-year-old male to be slaughtered and then consumed.
Oh, is this is the
Bernd Jürgen Armando Brandis. Yes.
Okay.
This
My
is the
bad.
guy.
My bad.
More detail. Answered the ad. The two men made a videotape of Maiwus severing and then eating Brandis's penis, which both men ate. Maiwus then killed and ate Brandis. When a college student noticed the online ad, Maiwus was arrested and sentenced to 8 years in prison. 8 years, huh?
What'd you do? I ate a dick.
At a subsequent retrial, in which he stated that he still had a taste for flesh, he was sentenced to life.
Oh, what a dipshit.
Right?
I got a taste
I'm going to defend myself here, Judge.
Listen,
look,
I really like the taste of penis.
Look, the only thing that was in walking distance was a Subway sandwich shop. I'm not going to fucking Subway.
Yeah, he was the home of Jared, and he was a pedophile. That's no good.
I do not support that.
If he ate them, then yes.
Should be like, Judge, I like McDonald's, I like pizza, I like tacos.
Can we talk more about your semi-pro football career?
Yes.
We should have an episode just on that.
That was number 5. I wore I bought my own face mask, and I wore a pacifier mouthpiece, because all my favorite running backs did. And I had braces, so I had to protect my teeth.
All right, I was kidding. Save it for stuffed crust. I got a few more. I want to go. They're brief ones. So.
All right. Shoot, Seamus. Shoot. All over my face.
Muhammad Arif Ali and Muhammad Farman Ali. Police re-apprehended these Pakistani brothers when the head of a 3-year-old boy was discovered in their shared home in 2014.
Can't do that.
No, that's frowned upon for sure.
I can't believe nobody gave him a heads up.
Ah.
Well, they weren't obviously giving everybody the whole. Never mind.
Their life was headed in the wrong direction.
Yes.
I'm getting ahead of myself.
Keep going.
Head.
Just head me off.
If only the head detective was there, they would have been caught real quick.
Ahead of schedule, maybe. Okay. That's the only one I had.
Already convicted of several counts of this gruesome crime in 2011, the two known cannibals had since been released. While being questioned for the more recent crime, they claim to have dug up and cannibalized the corpses of over 100 people.
Jesus. They're out?
So I don't. How do you not die? Like, I thought you couldn't eat bacteria meat.
They're probably eating people and drinking Red Bulls, man.
Or is that like jerky at that point?
Yeah, I was gonna say you never had beef jerky, Seamus.
They're just pulling
preserved
out.
itself.
Yeah, salt. Where's the salt coming from here?
Meat jerking beef.
It's hot
boys.
underground, Seamus.
Also, have you had beef jerky that's been sitting around for years?
I thought all beef jerky.
That's
sat
what it
around
is.
for
It's
years.
aged meat. That's what the fucking thing does. It
Well, the shelf life of probably a year on it.
It sends it through a wormhole.
I thought you read.
Dehydrator.
I thought you read The Gunslinger.
I didn't.
Seamus did. He had that little pouch of dried meat. His whole journey.
Yeah, but when you go into town, he re-ups his supplies, dude.
Hey, you gonna eat that Jack Legs?
They're not gonna put that detail in all the time. I mean, that's just assumed.
Gonna eat that
Shame on you,
checkers.
Stephen King.
Anyways, maybe because they incorporated it into their homemade curry, so maybe it was like because they were just taking it was like a dry rub, taking the dust and making it into like a dip. I don't know.
Keurig.
But anyways, in spite of their guilt, the men had been released from prison in May 2013, which incited a public outcry.
Yeah.
Then there's Rudy Eugene, known as the Causeway Cannibal. Rudy brutally attacked homeless man Ronaldo Papo underneath the MacArthur Causeway in Miami of 2012. Eugene, who was naked at the time, beat Papo, then bit and chewed the flesh of his face, grossly disfiguring him and rendering him blind in both eyes.
Ugh.
Police shot and killed Eugene after repeated warnings. A toxicology report showed that there was only marijuana in Eugene's system.
He was smoking bath salts.
Told you, that was the bath salt situation, right?
He's marijuana. He was on the marijuanas.
He was clearly on the
marijuanas.
Maybe bath salt isn't detectable by 2012 measures. I don't know.
Gonna eat your face off like in Face Off.
Clearly, don't let your kids smoke the Mary Jane. It just seems like a bad gateway drug to cannibalism.
Especially in today's
Reefer
world.
Madness warned us of all this.
It's true.
I mean, if you're into cannibalism and you're high, I mean, you're at the grocery store, you're going to want to eat all the people there.
It's a match made in
That's
heaven.
true. You're there for the wrong thing, I guess.
Like, hey, buddy, we'll come back and I eat your penis.
The world is your buffet at that point, though.
This is true.
It's like when I go down the candy aisle, I guess. Like, I'm there for other things, but why am I in the candy aisle?
It just happens. If it's anything like the Hannaford buffet, I'm in.
How about the Donner buffet? Do you think you would eat there if they opened a place?
Honestly, I could never do Fear Factor. Like, I'll ask you guys.
No,
Can you guys do
I
it?
already told you. I think we've talked about this before. I'm out round 2. Nope.
Well, so yeah, it was because I was talking to Sean about it, and Sean was like, "Oh yeah, like if you needed to survive, like if you're in that alive situation or you're in that Donner Party situation, but not me. I would probably curl up in a ball, be like, just leave me here. But can I be in your wagon and just kind of like lay down? What do you guys do in the work?
So I spoke about the 3 possible people, right? You sound like you're advocating that you're the person that will refuse and die. But
Yeah.
Let's put it to a test. I say we starve you, and then obviously we could dig up some corpses and like cook and make some curry out of that. We're gonna see if you're gonna dip your finger in that curry.
I mean, I was just lying right there. I told you I did research. I've been eating people for 3 weeks.
Is curry a dip or is it a seasoning? I don't know.
Curry's a fucking rice dish.
I thought it was a seasoning or something.
No, well, curry is a seasoning. There's curry seasoning, but you can make all this. You can make a curry with other seasonings.
Well, nobody wants a rice seasoning. It sounds.
Well,
raw.
It's not. You fucking saute your vegetables and your proteins, and you cook the rice, and then put the rice in the pan, and you add the curry, and fucking mix it all together. It's fucking delicious.
I remember when Kelly from The Office won the Spicy Curry Award.
I assume she's the Indian one.
Yes. And Michael Scott just always just blatantly racist. He's like, yeah, the Spicy Curry Award goes to Kelly.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it was at the Dundies. She won a Dundee.
All right, let me move on and get through these last few ones. Jose Luis Calva. Police discovered Mexican murderer Jose Luis Calva eating a dish of human meat seasoned with lemon when they went to question him about the disappearance of his girlfriend in 2017. In his apartment, they also found the mutilated body of his girlfriend, human flesh in the refrigerator, a frying pan containing human flesh, and a cereal bowl filled with mixed human bones.
And lemons.
I mean, whatever helps you get that chicken down, right?
Delicious.
Calva had been working on an unfinished manuscript called Cannibal Instincts, and there was a photo of Anthony Hopkins as Hannibal Lecter taped to his wall. After being sentenced to 84 years in prison, Calva finally committed suicide in his cell.
Ooh.
Then there's Alexander Spitsitze, Russian serial killer who is believed to be responsible for the murders of over 80 people, whom he lured into his home with the help of his mother. He kept a grisly diary of his killings in which he described the torture, mutilation, dismemberment, and cannibalism of his victims. Though he only confessed to the murder of 19 people, police believe the number to be much greater based on the evidence found in his home. One victim told the police she was forced to eat a soup made from the body of her friend. Spitsitze was declared insane and committed to a mental institution in 1996.
Oh, good for him.
Peter Bryan fried his best friend's brains in butter. Described as a nice man with no friends, Peter Bryan was first sent to prison in 1994 for killing an Indian origin shopkeeper, Nisha Sheth. He was later transferred by social workers to an open psychiatric ward in 2004, where he assaulted a 16-year-old girl. He later walked out and killed his friend Brian Cherry with a hammer, and later fried his brains in butter and said it was nice.
I just want to give one correction to your story. If he was frying it, it would have to be in an oil of some type. He was actually sautéing the brains in butter.
Doesn't have that ring. Fried brains sounds better. I mean, imagine giving a zombie fried brains. They would go nuts.
They would fucking
I want to be authentic.
it.
Okay? Authentic.
Said more brains.
That's what people want. They want authenticity. That's
Good
what I'm
song.
bringing to this podcast.
Good song by Harvey Danger.
And I want the liberty to embellish.
And I want to eat people.
All right, Terrar. He started in his 20s as an opening act for a charlatan eating corks and stones.
Oh, man, it got dark.
You want to go see the Stone Eater?
I
used to have big, strong hands. His unusual ability attracted the attention of the government, who took him in to conduct experiments. He was known to eat cats, snakes, lizards, and puppies.
Jesus.
The
And at the
puppies?
hospital, and the government condoned this, I'm sure. Just to see how things would pan out, right?
Let's just give him another one, see what he thinks.
Let's try that little pet puppy over there, that little Labrador. And at the hospital during treatment to cure his appetite, he would sneak out to drink the blood of other patients and ransacked the corpses in the morgue.
You got to drink that blood?
Oh, it's like Richard Chase drinking that baby's blood.
And then finally, I'm just going to talk about Tsutomu Miyazaki.
You nailed it.
Yeah. Tsutomu Miyazaki.
Authenticity.
That sounded great.
He burned the bones of his victims, and then ground them up and sent them to the families.
Oh, what a guy.
Tsutomu was born with deformed hands and was ostracized in school. And from 1988 and 1989, he killed 4 girls between the ages of 4 and 7. He confessed to having sex with the corpses, eating their flesh, and drinking their blood.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, he sounds like a nice guy.
Did he have baby hands?
He had
He had a couple strong hands.
Yes.
He had a couple strong hands.
Yeah, two strong hands.
This is a classic example of overcompensation.
Yeah.
He was showing the world that he could mail letters and murder people with his tiny hands.
He's Javi, half a king.
He was a polite employee by day and a psychopathic killer by night. And he would send letters to the families of the victims recounting the murders in vivid detail. Piece of shit.
Jesus. It's like fucking Albert Fish sending the Grace Budd letter. And
Right.
Fucking, like raped and like.
Well, how long? That was that years later? Because weren't they looking for her?
Oh yeah, they were looking for him, and like he got baited because like some detective was like fucking. He was like obsessed, and he's basically like, "Oh yeah, this guy they caught Hammer. He must have died, and blah blah blah." And he's like, "Actually, I'm still alive." Blah, blah, blah. And he fucking wrote that Grace Budd letter to say, "What's up, I'm out."
Right, his ego. He's one of the sickest people I've
ever, dude. He was disgusting. Like I wish they would kind of like redo that one because that's an old one. But like, yeah, that dude shoved all sorts of things in his butt. They found like a bunch of needles in his butt and shit.
But I mean, You could shove things in your own butt. He wasn't just doing that. He was shoving things in other people.
Oh, I mean, he was also fucking killing and raping and eating
Yeah, he
people.
was torturing
I mean,
and
Jesus.
killing children. He was
Yeah.
a complete piece of shit. Anyways.
All right, real quick, guys. I want to touch upon some of the media that has changed our lives into how we view cannibalism.
Mm-hmm.
All right, obviously, we'll start with the big one. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre was the one that opened my eyes to people eating people. And, just what a film. It's got a real dirty, grimy feel to the whole thing. From the way it's shot to, obviously the reveal of the less than stellar family. But that was a big one for me. It was also one of the movies my stepdad's like, hey, now that I'm your cool stepdad, check out Hellraiser, Predator, and the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, because I'm a cool stepdad. And he is.
You are a cool stepdad.
See, I kind of did that with when my ex and I broke up, and I was really close with the boys, so I was still hanging out with them. And I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna show these guys teeth too. And they fucking loved it.
Yeah.
I mean, not really along the same lines, I guess, as like cannibalism, but.
Hey kids, this is the Green Inferno. Check it out.
Also, obviously, a big one we already touched on, Alive. I watched that with my mom and stepdad as well. Good times.
That was probably my first dive into cannibalism, I think. Other than maybe, I don't know if that was out before, like, Silence of the Lambs. Do you hear the lambs screaming still, Clarice?
I don't remember which one I saw first, Alive or Silence of the Lambs.
I know I saw Texas Chainsaw Massacre before all that shit.
See, I didn't. I think I saw. I got into horror films like later. Because I remember I saw Nightmare on Elm Street. It scared the fucking shit out of me. The first Nightmare on Elm Street scared me when I was like a fucking 8.
Of course, because it's something you have to do. You can't hold out.
Let me guess. It's a scene where he has the long arm.
It is the scene. Did we already talk about this?
No, I just know this. I know the scariest part of that movie.
That is the scene. I remember it was at the Rady's house, and I walked in and I just saw his hands start stretching, and I was like, "What the fuck is this?" Yeah, that was scary. But then it was also my dad showed me. It might have been '93, but the fucking It. Nothing to do with cannibalism, but the fucking It movie, and I was fucking super scared.
Well, wasn't he eating the kids?
Yeah, that's true.
I guess it's not cannibalism because he was like an alien or a demon or something.
Yeah, but he was eating the kids. That's true.
Don't eat kids.
Don't
people.
eat kids. They're actually
leave the kids alone. Please.
Unfortunately,
leave them in their natural habitat.
Unfortunately, kids and babies are the most tasty. They have the best flesh.
I mean, veal.
Yes, exactly.
All right.
It's known.
Obviously, we just talked about Silence of the Lambs, which I haven't seen that movie in like 20 years.
It's fucking great. It still stands up.
I've seen Hannibal more than I've seen Silence of the Lambs, and I love Hannibal. Great movie.
Yeah, Silence of the Lambs is like Alien, and like Hannibal is like Aliens. Silence of the Lambs is probably the better movie.
I mean, I'll believe it's been a long time. I want to see them both now, but I like Aliens better than
most people
Alien.
do. But I think Alien is the better overall movie.
All right, Greg, I know that you introduced me to this movie in high school, and that's motherfucking Ravenous.
Yeah.
Oh, great movie.
Yeah. I love that dude in Ravenous. Well, actually, it's Guy Pearce and the other dude who from Trainspotting who's fucking insane in everything he's in.
Yeah. The setting was great. The fucking music was great. It was fucking... movie was...
Yeah.
But I did never eat anyone to see if I got their power, so...
Well, you need to break your leg first. You break your leg, and then you're going to eat the people to see if you heal real quick.
I just broke my ankle. Fuck.
Maybe we do that as a follow-up episode.
That guy's like falling down mountains. He's like, oh, let me eat this ear. And all of a sudden, I'm like, I'm back.
This will be our... what was that show where they did like science experiments to try to prove if they were real or not? Myth Factor.
Mythbusters.
Yeah,
Mythbusters.
Those guys are awesome.
Yeah.
We will call our show Myth Factor.
On a future episode, we will prove or disprove the myth that you can capture the essence and power of another individual if you eat them.
Ooh.
All right, let's see. Green Inferno. You guys seen it?
Yep. It's fucking
I don't
gross,
remember
dude.
that at all.
It's a bad movie, but when they start eating people, it's fucking disgusting. It's got some of the most graphic eating scenes I've seen. I think.
That's Eli Roth, right?
Oh yeah. Or at least he's a producer on it or something.
Yeah, well, that's authenticity for you because he fucking really went out into the fucking deep jungles to film that shit.
Yeah.
He was like,
just like Bear McGrillis, really had he had no food or any means to get out of there.
Well,
no, Seamus, he was in contact
Yeah.
with the people. They let him film on their land and
yeah,
shit.
essentially he kind of like made it about like those like that tribe that like won't let anybody on their island or they'll fucking eat them like that, and that Christian kid tried to fucking like, you know, like, I gotta make peace with these people, and they like fucking killed him and ate him.
Serves you right. Don't come to my door, Jehovah.
Well, you're supposed to leave these people alone, and like that their tribe was kind of like, you know,
Yes, you're supposed to leave my front door alone.
yes, I'm getting all the spam mail. I hate it.
Also, The Road, great book, great movie.
Oh yes, fantastic.
Rest in peace, Cormac McCarthy.
Who the
Is that
fuck was
Viggo
that?
Mortensen? Was Viggo in that?
In The Road?
Oh,
Yeah.
that's his book. That's his name, or is he the author?
No, Cormac McCarthy's the author. He's
Okay.
asking if Viggo Mortensen was in the movie.
Yeah, and I'm asking if McCormick is dead.
Yeah, he just died recently.
Okay. Yeah, that's a fucking great book and a great movie.
Yeah.
So
See
was
it.
it Viggo?
Read it.
It was Vigo.
Thank you.
Everything that guy's in is dope.
Dude, Vigo is the
He's
fucking
dope.
shit, dude. Eastern Promises and
Remember that?
History
Remember
of
that?
Violence. Woo!
Is that History of Violence one with like the mob? Or the,
Yeah, that's like, yeah, I know who you are, Joey. You're
Dude,
Joey.
that movie's fucking awesome.
That was
You're
intense.
Joey.
That throat slitting scene.
Yeah, that's Eastern Promises.
all right.
I remember I walked in that movie late with Al McCarthy. He fucking made me late. He's like, God damn it, Al. And we walked into some dude's like sawing some guy's fucking throat off. I was like, Jesus Christ.
I mean, still not as disturbing as when the clown saw that pussy down the middle.
Oh, Terrifier. It was pretty terrifying. Yeah, that shit was awesome. That shit was so crazy. I felt the pain of the fucking blade going there, and I didn't even have a vagina.
Oh, definitely. It was brutal.
Let's see what else we got here. A Bone Tomahawk. I don't know if you guys saw that shit.
I don't think I've
That's
seen that one.
Kurt Russell. Fucking movie's dope.
Sick.
It's a Western movie. It's fucking awesome. A lot of cannibalism going on in it.
Oh,
Fucking graphic as shit. We'll just the last The Hills Have Eyes.
Yeah.
Fucking,
Yes, sir.
another movie that just feels dirty. As soon as you start watching it, you feel like you need to take a shower.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of akin to Texas Chainsaw Massacre in a way. You know, it's kind of like a sick family, isn't it?
Yeah, radiated
You know, like,
incest mutant
yeah.
family.
All right.
You seen the '80s one, right?
Yeah, I've seen.
So the main guy, the bald guy there, the
Yeah.
fucking yeah, the guy in the cover. Like I remember we were like playing with this band, Bangin' Jane, and like I wanted to rap with the guys. Like, dude, I'm like, you look like the guy from the Hills of Eyes.
Compliment.
Can I rap with you?
Yeah, they let me, and they didn't believe me. Then I had a CD, and I gave them a CD to listen to, and they played the CD. Like, this is you? I was like, yeah. And then I like all of a sudden I rapped. It's
Swag.
cool.
And the big one right now, Yellow Jackets. Dope show. Still loving it.
I still haven't watched season 2.
I liked the end, dude. The end of it was fucking
I'm
bananas.
not there yet. I have a few
Okay,
couple
well,
episodes to go.
yeah. Well, guess what? It's bananas, and they have what's that? Clara Diet, fucking your mom show.
Santa
Yes.
Clarita Diet. Timothy Olyphant.
Yes, my boy.
Who like became a zombie or something, right?
Drew Barrymore. The show was great.
No, right?
Got canceled, didn't it?
Yeah. I loved it, though. I watched it all.
You ate it right
That's
up.
good. Him and Timothy Olyphant were great.
That's going to wrap up our talk about cannibalism. If you're hungry for more, we got some other shit. This a pick that, pick this and a pick this a pick that, pick this and a pick this a pick that, pick this and a pick this a pick that, pick this and a. And you don't give a fuck about crust, so just chill to the next episode. All right, Greg, I hear you have a little segment for us tonight.
I do. This is an either or. You have to answer it. I'm going to tally up the points, including my points. In the end, it's going to be a bracket challenge. Let's go. Rapid fire, almost like. All right. Bacon or steak? Ryan.
Bacon.
Seamus.
Bacon, I mean, it's more of an everyday staple, right? And they tell you red meat's not good for you every day, so
Guess what? I'm saying steak. I lose. Fuck!
You lose your life.
Chicken or turkey?
Chicken.
Again, love turkey, but chicken's an everyday thing. It's in
Oh,
everything.
man.
I'm not making a turkey
I
every
say
day.
Don't
turkey.
get me wrong. Thanksgiving's
I know,
my
but-
favorite holiday of the year. I love that turkey, but you make it on special occasions like steak. Can't eat it every day.
Guess what? This is my game. You're a wizard. You can just fucking turkey if you want. So, does that change your answer? You guys going turkey?
No, if I'm a wizard, I'm going to make the most majestic, best bird, fictional bird that tastes like bacon and pizza. Bacon pizza. It's
Okay.
a bird that tastes like bacon
Okay.
pizza without the fat.
All right, so that's that bracket. Okay, so we'll get a little more exotic right here. Human flesh or human shit?
Oh, jeez, that's awful.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't
see,
I don't mean the awful as in shit. That's just an awful choice.
Exactly.
I guess I'm gonna eat some titties.
I can say right off the bat, having 5 kids, I've already tasted shit because you go to change a baby and all of a sudden they're squirting liquid shit in your face.
You eat pieces of shit for
So I
breakfast?
know what that tastes like.
Turd
didn't
nuggets
I didn't like
for
it,
dinner.
so I'm gonna go skin.
Couldn't you like get that
Flesh?
disease where you start uking forever?
Did I get it,
Like you-
Seamus? Did I? Because
I
my
don't
kids
know.
are all older now and I'm still alive.
No, it's a thing that keeps going. It's a gift that keeps giving. If you
Tapeworms?
change a diaper and put that finger in your mouth, you can.
Blech.
Guy,
Blech.
No, you like.
Seamus, we all put our hands in so much gross shit every minute of the day. You want to
but
sit there and
I have-
psychoanalyze everything your hands touch?
I have
wear
a
gloves.
I have
I
a
have
much
to
more
wear gloves.
active immune system. I can fight that shit off. Not everybody can.
Okay, well, I am. I did.
You are.
And everyone knows I'm the healthiest one on the podcast. So, next question.
True.
Well, guess what? I chose human flesh too. We're eating people just for the subject. Okay, this one's also kind of gross. Fingernails or toenails?
Oh, you know what? That's not an easy choice. Yes, I'm just going directly for the fingernails because I hate people's feet. I hate feet. But to be honest, the shit people touch, even just your phone.
You're talking about yours. I'm not talking about you eating somebody else's fingernails, or I'm talking about you eating your own fingernails or toenails.
Well, I'm eating my fingernails. I wash my hands like 36 times a day. How many times do I wash my
Fingernails.
toes? Once, maybe twice.
In a year. Ryan, you going
Who's
fingernails?
picking toenails? Nobody's picking toenails.
Nobody's picking toenails.
I might just pick toenails just to be different, to be a contrarian.
Well,
Yeah, I'm going to go fingernails.
that's
Greg.
your prerogative.
I'm eating some right
Mhm.
now.
Delicious. Have some cuticles with that. It's good.
A little iron flavor, bloody cuticles.
I'm going with toenails because I want to be different. Okay, so before I do another gross one, let's go. Pizza or tacos?
Ooh, that's the penultimate question. Because I love them both so much. What day is it? If it's Tuesday, you know what I'm picking.
Oh shit!
Every other day, sure, give me pizza.
It's Wednesday actually.
Well,
it
that's
is-
pizza because I just had tacos.
Ryan?
It's Totino's Tuesdays, right?
Oh,
That's what
it
everyone's talking about.
doesn't matter. Here on this You Gonna Eat That Crust podcast, we acknowledge all forms of pizza. And if you want to eat them every day, be our guests.
Even bagel bites.
Yeah, I can't. I would be able to do tacos like all the time. So, pizza.
Pizza's also easier.
Pizza.
It's true.
Yeah, pizza reigns supreme. Okay, old feta cheese or old mayo?
Ah, I'm going feta cheese. I don't even know what that tastes like. It sounds awful, but
It floats in a bucket. It floats in a bucket.
I
of
do
water.
like
Fucking
feta.
idiot.
I do
hate
like
it. I hate
fettuccine. I like Alfredo.
Well, that's
All right.
fettuccine's the pasta. Alfredo's the sauce.
There's no
Fettuccine
cheese
is-
in there.
Alfredo is a
It's
cheese sauce. There's
sauce.
no feta in it. It's not fettuccine. It's not 2 words.
Oh, I just fucked my.
Semantics. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Don't listen to this chef.
I think I'd rather eat human flesh or human shit than any of this.
Then tacos or pizza.
No, than old feta cheese or old
That is
mayo.
delicious. So
I hate.
feta all day.
I think mayo's one of the worst things on the planet. So yeah, I'm gonna definitely go with that cheese. I mean, old
Ryan.
moldy cheese can't harm us, right? We've seen proof
Yeah,
of that.
sometimes it gets good. The cheese I picked up in Boston smelled so fucking bad, dude. It is like
Also,
it would smell up.
That's
the room.
all the Donner Party ate before they started eating each other was old cheese and crap.
They were seasoning their bodies. So okay, old cheese wins supreme. So, last question before we go into the brackets. This is a standalone. Tate's cookies or s'mores?
You fucking rigged that one, you loser.
All right, look, on the reel, I almost sent you. I took a picture, but I forgot to send it. I saw Tate's oatmeal raisin cookies the other day.
All right, well, if we're going that
Almost
one,
bought them.
easily going s'mores.
Dude, I saw some flavor that I've never tried, and I forgot what it was, but it sounded awesome. And I was like, oh no, I might try to take a break from snacking. I'm not snacking as much.
So on Father's Day, we got together. We went down to my brother's marina, and a bunch of us. It was a good day. It was awesome. We played some volleyball, hung out, had some beverages, ate. And my stepmom brought cookies, and I was so excited. And they were oatmeal raisins. I'm like, what the fuck is the matter with you? Who invited you? This is my dad's day. Get out of here. I'm kidding.
Listen,
I love her, but
you don't bring Tate's and you don't bring oatmeal raisin. Get the fuck out of here.
yeah, I was disappointed. Other than that, it was a great day.
So you're choosing s'mores, Ryan?
Tate's oatmeal raisin cookies, Craig.
Okay, so I'm going to be the tiebreaker, and I'm sorry, but I'm going with the greatest snack of all time, which is the s'mores.
Woo!
Okay, to the top, bacon or chicken?
We already did this, Greg.
Yeah, what is going on?
Now we're
He's bringing down. He's going head to head with the things we chose.
Brackets. This is the final four.
Right.
I'm still bacon.
I'm going chicken. I love it. There's so many things for it. It's healthy. I mean, I love chicken Caesar salad. Any salad with chicken's better.
Yeah.
Tiebreaker. To be fair, any salad with bacon's better too. But it depends on who prepares the bacon. I don't want your fatty chunks in my salad.
Yeah, I'm going healthy. I'm saying healthy-wise because I remember when I was younger, I didn't know how bad bacon was for me. Yeah. I went to a buffet and I had like 4 plates of bacon.
Yes, I'm going. I'm going with self-preservation as well. I'm going chicken.
Yeah. Okay. So
even though they're dirty birds, well, so are pigs, right?
Some are pigs. Human flesh or fingernails?
Fingernails.
I can't get arrested for fingernails, so I'm going to go fingernails. That's the only reason.
Right.
Tiebreaker. Well, I'm just going to go human flesh to be weird. But it's fingernails. Okay. Old cheese versus pizza.
Move on.
All right, pizza. All right, s'mores versus s'mores.
Does it have to be an old cheese pizza?
No, fuck that. But s'mores is on its own category. S'mores wins. Okay. Chicken versus fingernails. We're going chicken, right?
Yes.
Okay. Fucking pizza versus s'mores.
Pizza.
And if you even go s'mores, you're out of the podcast.
So for this You Gonna Eat That Crust podcast, we got pizza or chicken. What you gonna eat?
Barbecue chicken pizza.
This is why I did this whole segment, just to do that.
Clearly,
what you gonna eat?
Pizza's king, baby. We got to go pizza.
You do a lot with pizza, baby.
Of course, now it changed. We went from self-preservation healthy to now it's like, hey, it's pizza or chicken, and I'm gonna go on pizza.
Wrong answer. It's human shit.
Oh
no, pizza reigns supreme. You're going to eat that crust. We chose pizza. Pizza chose us. We are going to eat that crust, whether it's stuffed or not.
Word.
Thanks, Greg. I liked that. That was fun.
Guess what? I just want to tell them next week. Guess what we're getting to next week? Revenge stories. Like Best Served Cold. Great book. Read it.
So just like your school teachers, we have a morbid curriculum.
Yes. Well, I mean, I'm trying to sift through all these emails that I'm getting about all these topics to do, but I can't keep up. So just pump the brakes on the emails a little bit, and we'll get back to this. We'll get back to the subjects that you guys want.
Keep sending the gifts, though. We like the gifts. I'm using them.
Yeah, like that new Apple VR headset that we were sent. That was awesome.
I can't believe we got sent that. Like, who would have thought? We
Right.
started so small, but now we're at the tippy.
In that Tate sponsorship we got, oh man, ain't no milk raisins for days.
I almost ruined that one, but
Yeah, you tried, but you knew it was a good sponsorship. You knew it was a very trendy sponsorship. They sell it in Portsmouth. They sell it at Whole Foods.
they sell it at Stop and Shop. Everywhere you can get stale cookies.
So it's an elevated cookie. It's a crisp.
Technically, it's
essentially like-
not elevated. It's very thin.
It's the Daniel Day-Lewis of cookies, the Dave Grohl of cookies, the Foo Fighter of cookies.
I would argue it's the sloth of cookies, or the mother of sloth in that book of cookies, or the misery woman of cookies.
The girl from Throw Mama.
I was going to say that.
What?
Mom! Ma!
She's awesome. She was fucking hilarious in that and the Goonies. Mama Fratelli.
For real. We love you, girl. All right, that wraps up another episode of the Gonna Eat That Crust podcast. Thank you for tuning in each and every week. You're all beautiful people. We're going to keep them coming, and you keep showing up, and we're all going to party, like, super hard.
I want to party with you. Follow us on Spotify, subscribe, all that shit. Instagrams, all the social media, Old Nerdy Bastard. Ryan is on Twitter. I am on Twitter. Seamus is in
Limbo.
the lake paddleboarding, doing his thing. But yeah, no, follow us on all those social medias. Appreciate everybody looking or listening and all the comments and shit and all those emails. Just keep them coming. We love the emails. We love them.
Thank you. We love you. Love our listeners. Best group of ever.
Good night, everybody. And remember, in
In
crust,
we
we trust.
Trust.
This ends our podcast.
Who's eating his brain? Chris Elliott. It all circles back with his strong hand, mind you.
You fucking rigged that one, you loser.